Hi guys, welcome. I'm making new videos for the installation of ArcoLinuxD.com. So people ask us always where to start. Well, start here. And one of the things that you should watch is the installation video. So I'm gonna change. Already one done. 2,846 videos how to install ArcoLinuxD, the advanced way of installing things. Now ArcoLinuxD, D stands for desktops. You'll find all the desktops here. Anything you want to know, all these tiling window managers, they're all here. But it also stands for the ArcoLinuxD ISO. In there you have two options. Either go for a bare installation, which I'm going to show you now, which is base bare, right? It's very minimal. It's a black screen. You need to type everything in. Basically, it's not for the beginner. It's even maybe not for the intermediate guy, right? You are well versed already in maintenance of an operating system based on Arch. And then you can figure out, okay, how do I get Bluetooth? How do I get wireless? How this, how that, right? Everything needs to be figured out and needs to be typed. The advanced installation is click, click, click with knowledge, of course, and then you get an installation that's still not perfect. You still need to do a lot of things there as well. So that's the difference between the D ISOs and all the Bs and or the XL, right? XL is extra large. It will just be out of the box working. That's where you start in ArcoLinux. We have a learning path. So this is number 6, phase 6. So that's well, you're supposed to have some knowledge prior to this. All right. So without further ado, let's take the one that we're going to release in 2 days. It's the date at the top there. And here, well, let's start with the beginning. You download an ISO, then you take Etcher. That's what we tell you to do. Unless you have already ArcoLinux, then you use the Mint stick that we have. So it's an application from Linux Mint. It has been working forever. Since the last 5 years of the project, I've burned everything with Mint stick. Never fails, unless there's a Python update, right? But that's how it works. To use your Etcher, and then works on Mac, Windows, Linux, and then burn it to a USB, you boot up. Either you have this one, beautiful logo, or you have the other one. This is BIOS, the other one is UEFI, black, but the same lines. What do you decide then? I often start with this one. If you have an NVIDIA card in there, and it's a rather new one, like 2-3 years old, right? Then try this one. This is the NVIDIA proprietary driver, and probably it's supported. If it's an older NVIDIA card, then it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, but that's your first choice. The guys who have an older NVIDIA card choose this one, that one, or this one. And AMD guys, I would suppose probably this one. Because why does it say no nouveau? Because we have heard that some of the machines out there don't like that the Nouveau driver is there. So okay, you got the open source drivers except Nouveau. You get the NVIDIA driver except Nouveau. Voila. And that's the only difference, is one driver less, but many people are help with it. So if you're on VirtualBox, if you're just learning and you're sitting on Windows or on Mac, it's okay, let's first learn a little bit before I put anything on real metal. And this is a good one. That's a good one. Like I said, it's just one package less, nothing more, nothing less. So choices, always choices. Driver problems, the last line, no mode set. It's probably best thing to do. If everything fails, that's it. No mode set. Watch for the any other distros, right? Remember the word, no mode set. And then we boot up. It's not intended, ArcoLinuxD, to do anything in the live environment. The only thing you need to do is pass through it. I'll explain more about this while we're installing. So that's the welcome app. But first, let's have a look. This is version 57 of Calamares. And we choose a language. I suggest you put everything in English. It's just a suggestion, but it allows you to learn technical terms, and you can Google technical terms later. Or yeah, he's responding. My machine here. You can DuckDuckGo, right? So next, where do you live? Normally it's correct, otherwise you select anything, change anything you see here. That's not supposed to be there. And only thing I have to do is tell him, hey, I'm on Azerty, a special Azerty, because French Azerty is not the same as Belgian Azerty. That makes things easy. Alright, she's talking to me. Erase disk, we have a lot of choices. Some of the distros don't give you any choice. Some just say it's this, that's it. So we give all the choices that Calamares allows us. It's up to you to decide whether you want to have X4, or in the other video, the advanced video, I took XFS. It really is up to you, right? Make your choice, make up your mind, watch videos, learn from people, what they say, but in the end, always make up your own mind. Swap, no hibernate. Look at the size, so a little bit of swap, so that means that you can have a little bit memory, so to speak. And hibernate really means your complete system actually goes to this particular partition. So everything is open, 5 applications are open. You say hibernate, they're all in here. And you wake up, and these guys all go to the memory again, basically. So that's hibernate. So not a fan of that, so no swap for me, because this is a VirtualBox anyway. And then choices. You want to log in? Yes, no, automatically, without asking for the password. Now we have a challenge. You have to understand how everything works, but let's first give him some job, right? So separate passwords if you want. Oh my god, don't make it difficult. One and the same password for both. Log in automatically without asking for the password. Now it comes. Log into what? Right? Log into what? ArcoLinuxD is a base installation. Well, this one, right? Log into what? Here is obvious. You can choose SDDM, LightDM, Li, GDM. You choose, right? But now, the base installation, the intention is to mimic as closely as possible an Arch Linux installation. The people who have done it or watched the video know that's a beautiful black screen. And you need to type every single command. Now with this ArcoLinuxD base installation, you do have already a little bit, right? These guys have done, Calamares have done great work to already partition everything and make sure Xorg is there and so on and on. We've done more steps. I believe phase 1 and phase 2 on the website arcolinuxd.com, phase 7 there. I think we've done them all. What we haven't done is tell them to install Bluetooth or to install CUPS, which is printing, to install wireless. We haven't said anything like that. A login manager, a desktop, nope. So it is really a black screen, which makes the more, and that's the point, right? ArcoLinuxD is for the more intermediate, maybe Linux user, but already more expert user who exactly knows, I want this, 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 and this. Stop. And that's why the base installation is so, in my eyes, attractive, because it's very, base. It is in the amount of packages, 600, 700 packages or something like that. I mean, it's really minimal, and then you start choosing yourself and running your scripts, probably, because if you are an expert Linux user, you are probably already writing bash scripts or fish scripts or ZSH scripts or scripts in general, right? So the base installation, that's this video. The other video is the advanced installation. That's a little bit easier because it's click, 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 reboot. Here we have to be thoughtful, think about things. one of the things we need to remember is, how did I boot up now? I have by default SCDM, but let's explain that later, because we're almost there. Toggle log, I mean. And done it is, right? So you got yourself a base installation. He knows who you are. Thank God we can log in, but there's still so much to do. So let's have some fun. So a user has been created. Cool. 616 packages. You see line 4? 616 packages. That's it. So you go ahead. Now maybe before, in the release July, I'm gonna make an improvement. Just got to have what if. So a few minutes ago, tested it out. It works. But on this ISO, remember that we have been, well, we went through the motions, and SCDM was actually working. We have this NSDDMK, nano SCDM, and the KDE file. Take a look at the title at the top, etc sdm.conf.d/KDE settings.conf. And what does he say? He keeps the data from the installation. And that's quite correct. I went into the Python code of Calamares. He does not find a display manager. We removed everything. Everything is gone. It's up to you to decide what it is. But this is left over. Like I said, in July, I'll just make sure that it looks like this next time around. That's what you need to change now manually. I believe I've changed like this. Empty here and empty here. That's how it will be in July, so in 1 month's time. But now we do it manually. We have to think, okay, SCDM, all right, Super X, yes, we save, finally. And then we need to install SCDM. This is, we by default, guys, all our 31 ISOs use SCDM without problems. So we're quite fond of the, or glad or happy of the change that we made, I think a year and a half ago, something like that, from LightDM to SCDM. Well, first of all, stability, which is always good, but also all these beautiful themes that we can have. It's just enormous, the choice we have. Now, installing something is not the same as using it. So sudo systemctl enable SCDM. That's a line, right? It's created, the symlink. Okay, so next time I boot up, I get a screen. What's behind SCDM or LightDM? Something, a desktop. Okay, forgot the desktop. So there is really nothing. Sudo pacman -s xfc4 xfc4 goodies, and with 1 enter, 2 enters, 3 enters, 4 enters, all this bunch comes in, and those are group names. So rather than typing all the stuff in, we type 2 words basically. Well, it's in. How fast is that? And we do sudo reboot. So think about it. You boot up, you've got grub, a nice grub. You've got SCDM launching, cool. All right, you type your password and then you are into XFCE. And then the story can continue. How much time? 40 minutes. Okay, fine, no problem. I can go on because there is so much fun. What if you have a GitHub somewhere and you type in here git clone https github.com/your name and your name of your GitHub, the project, and you can copy paste my scripts and do anything with it, right? Open source. I have now a folder, and in that folder are scripts, and I go for lunch after this enter. No, after this enter. And off it goes, right? And anything red, that's okay. I know why it's red. But I let the machine do its thing. I come back. I've made my decisions. If I use that ISO, then I'll remove this, remove that, remove this, remove that. One of the things I always threw out was HexChat in the past, right? There are so applications that I will never, ever use. Okay, sudo pacman -r in ArcoLinux. And now he's installing all the stuff that I'm missing. And certainly in here there is a lot missing. Now while he's doing stuff, we'll probably see already some things come in, but still no browser, right? No browser. Where are Melt? Where is Sublime Text? Where is all the stuff that I like and love? GIMP and Inkscape. They're not there. They will be there once everything completes. So something similar can be done at your end as well, but you have to keep thinking. I see this icon here, audio mixer. Failed to execute power control. Failed to execute power control. Maybe I should install sudo pacman -s power control, and that's what I mean. This thing is bare. You need to know the Lego blocks. What shall I use? What shall I install? And I don't know if we got already the internet. The internet is there. A long time ago. Project is 5 years old. Can you imagine that? 5 years. GitHub. Let's go straight to the source. ArcoLinuxD. Right? Here are 29 repositories to install 29 desktops. Some of them are still in testing, right? This buried thing and all that. But some of them, well, all of them actually explain, so I can click on any of them, and they all have how to install sound. Like this. Pulse audio ALSA, power control, there he is. So that's this little guy. So these are all the Lego blocks that I get in to get sound. And it goes on. Bluetooth, printers, Samba, laptop, network discovery, stuff from Arch, stuff from ArcoLinux, third party, extra large, the big chunks, but I don't think I install a lot there. Even nothing maybe. Just Git had to have something in the list. So it is entirely up to you to look more. This is your challenge. Arch, Wiki, well, Samba or something, anything, you Bluetooth, anything, and you keep on reading and say, okay, what do I need to do to get Samba working? I take already something quite difficult, which we will make automatically with ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. Yes, of course. While that's doing its thing, can we see more or less where I am? VLC is installed. Is Sublime Text already installed? Development. There she is. Is it a she or a he? Open folder. Well, actually, what you can do as well, tip. So, development, plain text, and then, whoop. And then you have a look, what's in here? Current choices, so I do not run everything. I do not run 130, so left WM is not installed. If I want to install it, I just do this, and it's going to be installed. So, an hashtag. Install Nemesis things. These are my icons that I've created myself. That are my repo. ArcoLinux stuff. Themes, and so on. Core software. This is from Arch, Baobab. Don't like Baobab. All it needs is an hashtag. And you run it. Here's LeftWM, how to install it. That's all you need, some packages. And you got a complete desktop. LeftWM desktop. Or tiling window manager. I'm not that specific or not that critical on naming there. And so on and so on. And it goes on. It goes on in the personal folder. How do I know? Because you can read. It goes to 960 and 970. And here it says, if you're on ALCI, if you're on EndeavourOS, if you're on Garuda, do this, do that, do this. So this is, again, the example of it is all Arch Linux. Get in what you want, remove what you want, change settings that you like. It's just, if the file is there. Sorry, I had to cough there. So if the file is there, put this line in that file, put that line in that file, put that line in that file. How easy is it if you start? Of course, in the beginning, I get it. Rome wasn't built in one day, we say, right? So give yourselves time, gradually learn about bash scripting because it's just unique. You have personnel available. You let them do his job for you. And that's that. How will this look? This is my ArcoLinuxD. Oh, too bad. So all the packages have been installed. That's for sure. Yup. Continue. Accept. Up. Everything flickers. There we are. Okay. Okay, it's getting better. Let's do a scal. A what? A scal. That's not the good scal, right? We have our, in the meantime, we've got a new scal. So that's not applied, the new scal. You go to File System, etc scal, and you say, why not? Control H. There he is. There is a bash RC. But, right? There is a big but. Joke intended. Open. Here he is. Open with Sublime Text. Okay. The scal, Control Find, scal is still the old scal, you see? All right. Let's see if we can do something about that. If we copy paste all of that over to here, come there, Control V, replace all. So we did our manual scal, basically. Control Find scal, because I want to be sure. I thought as much. So this is a base installation, right? Meaning I have to check if there's an update. Wow. And which update do I need? I need to update for this guy. That's the guy that contains my scal. And where's the root? Don't see the root. So no. Sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux. Yeah, this is a bare system. You need to pick out whatever you like, but this would come in anyway, right? This would come in with the update, so there's no need to check. It's other way around. ArcoLinuxD system config git 5.11, I think so. scal. Okay, so now we do user local bin scal. He should be here. Voila, that's the new one. So that's the new scal, but the bash RC is an old bash RC. Sudo pacman -s. So it is really minimal. We start with as little as possible to have something that's nice, but here it is. Here is the new bash RC. It's now coming in. It's now on your etc scal, and if you want it on your own system, you need to run this one, and it tells you we're gonna copy paste everything from etc scal. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Voila. Then we log out. SuperX does not exist here, so many things are not working. Key bindings are not working. Hey, it is the bare ISO. Hopla. There we go again. Super Q doesn't work. Doesn't work. Works on ArcoLinux. Super Q does not work. Here. Kill. And yeah, what we should certainly do is reboot. Why reboot? Because XFCE is XFCE, but reboot is better. A restart. Why am I restarting? ArcoLinux Nemesis. We installed so many things, and they only get applied after reboot. But unless I forgot something, and I think I did. Yes, I did. Well, this is okay, fine. Again, base, and bare. But Control T, sudo pacman -s, ArcoLinux XFCE look, coming in right now. It's only 0.12 megabyte, but what a difference it is. I scal this thing. I sudo reboot this thing. And what is it? Well, the complete configuration of how XFC looks on our ArcoLinux XL or XS or is that 0.12 megabyte. That's it. But we don't want to push everything on you. That's why it is the bare ISO, why it's the base look. You choose how things should look on your end. If you want the bar at the top, fine by me. So that's the vision or the philosophy behind the ArcoLinuxD. None of it will be the same, and that's the point, that's the idea. You build it up any way you see fit. All right, enjoy ArcoLinuxD and enjoy the learning at ArcoLinux University. Cheers.